My Working Journal by Luis Galicia. Today I will be going over different things I learned in the File ribbon, in the Home ribbon, in the Insert ribbon, the Design ribbon, Page Layout ribbon, Reference ribbon, Mailing ribbon, Review ribbon, View ribbon, and finally the Developer ribbon. In here I inserted my table of contents, which shows you different page where the ribbons are. Start with the File ribbon. In the File ribbon, you can do a lot of things from this tab. You can save your documents, open new documents, and print them as well. You can also change the Word options from the File ribbon. These options vary from personalizing your Microsoft Word Office and ribbon to changing the proofing settings, how you want them to work. I learned how to create an PDF/XPS document using the File ribbon. I learned how to do this with the Wellness newsletter in Tutorial 4. And here's a link to Tutorial 4, which I made a PDF file for. Here's the PDF, and you can see that it's a little different than Word. Next is the Home ribbon, or this is the File ribbon here. You can see all the things you can do here. And in the export section is where you can create the PDF/XPS. Here are all the options you can do. There's a proofing, different proofing. How to customize your ribbon. From here is also how you open the developer ribbon, which is not in your Word when you start. So you have to add it in from here. Okay, Home ribbon. I learned a lot of features in the Home ribbon. From this ribbon, you can do a lot of different things. You can change the color of text, which is right here. Go on the down arrow. Choose different colors. You can have more colors. You can change the size in two different ways. You can change them up by points, 1 point at a time, or drop it down. Or you can choose a different size from these various numbers. From the Home ribbon, you can also change the font. The font is pretty much the style you're writing in. You can change different looks depending on the project you're doing. Also, when editing, you will always want to show the non-print characters so it's easier to see when new paragraphs start or end. The non-print characters are right here. This little paragraph symbol. It shows you where different paragraphs are, different page breaks, stuff that you won't see when you print your document. Alright, you can see where the new paragraphs start and end. You can format your document with different paragraph spacing so it looks neat and organized. Under the Styles section in the Home ribbon, you can change the different styles of headings so you can have different headings. So you can tell the difference from the body and the heading. And here's the different styles. Right here, I have the heading 1, because it's the heading, and the rest is normal. You can show your navigation pane from here by clicking Find. This allows you to find different words you have in your document by searching them up. So right here, I will look up the word ribbon. As you can see right here, it shows me all the different times I used that word within this whole document. And that's just easier to look for words. From here, you can also look at the different pages and the headings you have created with the subheadings along with. And alright, next I have the insert ribbon, which I should click. And yeah, the insert file is used to add different things onto your MS document. You can add comments, pictures, shapes, smart art, and tables. From the insert ribbon, you can insert tables to organize your data and have collected. You can click on the table down arrow, which is right here, and it gives you a grid. From here, you can choose how big you want your table to be. As you can see, it's showing the table right there above. And you can also edit the document's header and footer from the insert ribbon. You simply go down, or you simply click on add header or add footer, and it will add it for you. So let's just do a blank. This is the top, and that's pretty much what the header's for, but we don't want that, so we don't want that. Alright, so that's what the insert ribbon is for, pretty much just to insert different things into your document. As you can see here, I inserted a comment that you can click, and it shows you. To be able to view comments, you have to go to the review ribbon, which we will get to in a little bit. And then you have to click on show comments, and the comments will be shown on the left, on the side. Pictures. There are two kinds of pictures you can insert into your document. Under the illustrations section, on the insert ribbon, you can click on the pictures to insert a picture that you have saved in your files, or you can also look up an online picture by clicking on the online pictures button. And this will open up a window that will allow you to search pictures from Bing. So if you see here, go to pictures, and this will give you open your different pictures you might have. That's a nice koala. And online pictures, simply type in anything you want to look up. So let's look up koalas. And it will show you different things or different pictures you can insert into your document. Shapes. You can insert different shapes into your document to add a point of interest into your project. To add a shape, you simply click on the shapes arrow, and it will allow you to pick from different shapes Word has for you. And you can also insert a text box this way. So I will show you shapes. Here are the different shapes. Stars. You can draw your own shapes. The scribble. There's arrows. Stuff like that. Okay. Let's see the comments here. Last is smart art, which is a graphic that you can insert into a document to show a list, a process, or a cycle. Pretty much, it's a graphic to help you organize your stuff. So you can see here, you can have pyramids, type in information, a cycle, and you just simply click on it and type in the information, and it's ready to go. So that's the smart art. So that's pretty much a lot of things in the insert ribbon. We'll move on to the design ribbon. And the design ribbon is used to edit your document and make it look appealing. In the design ribbon, you have themes, and which this allows you to change the theme of your project. to different ones. This changes the colors, the font. It just gives your document a nice clean look. If you see here, this changed it to green and blue. So change it. Uh, we'll find a nice one since we're changing it right now. There. Alright. Themes. Document formatting. Uh, the design ribbon has a section for changing your document's formatting. This changes how your titles, headings, and body text look. You can change the color scheme and fonts for your document by clicking on the down arrow to show you different color variations and fonts. You can also change the paragraph spacing from this ribbon. You see paragraph spacing. So this is just to make it, you know, edit your paragraphs. And page background. In the page background section, you can add borders, which I have one. And you can see here, change the color of the borders if you don't like the theme's color. So we'll change it to a nice darker blue, just to show you. And we'll change the border to one zigzag line instead of two. So that changes the border. And you can insert watermark, which is just a light picture or word behind all of your text. This is more for businesses that have top secret stuff, I guess. That's what I would use it for. From this section, you can also change the page color of your document. You see here, page color. This changes the background page color, black, different colors you can choose. And lastly, you can add, oh, I already talked about border. So, yep, page layout ribbon, which is right here. Page layout ribbon is filled with a lot of tools to help you adjust how your paper will look. You can edit your margins to be narrow or use up more of the paper. You can also change the orientation of your paper here, which is the orientation. You can change your margins. Um, Margins can be narrow depending on what you're doing. If you want a letter, you might use the moderate or normal. If you're making a brochure or something, you might want to go with the narrow so you can use up most of the paper you have. Um, Another nice feature on page layout ribbon is the columns button. This button allows you to make your prints in columns of 2 or more. You can also insert a break into your paper, allowing you to split up the project so you can edit it in different ways within the different sections. Just split it up into. So you can see here the columns. I have 2 columns right here on top right now. You can have 3 columns. You can edit however many columns you want. It's a nice little feature. Uh, the paragraph section is right here, and this is used to organize your paragraphs and how you want them to look. You can edit the indentation. So let's say right here I want it to be closer of an indent, or you can have it indent all the way out. Um, the arrange section is mostly used for pictures inserted into your document. This is, you can adjust the position of the picture, what kind of wrap you want on the photo, and if you want to group 2 or more photos together. So we have a picture down here, so we'll see if we can show some of those features. Right here, position, have it be in the middle, bottom left corner, bottom centered. You can wrap your text, so it'll be tight, behind the text. See here, it'll be behind the text. So it's just pretty much for pictures. So now we'll go down and you will see the references ribbon, which is right here. The references ribbon has a lot of neat features to make your paper look professional. The first section in this ribbon is the table of contents, and as you can see at the top of my paper on page 1, I inserted a table of contents. You can have different ones, automatic table, you know, just shows the different headings you might have in your document. But I just did a simple table of contents right for that. So you can insert a table of contents. Um, and you can also, with this table of contents, you can link. So we were on the references page. There are also links within the document to make you find them faster. Um, there's a footnote. You can insert footnotes. Um, Footnotes is a marker pretty much within document. If anything of a word or a phrase needs further explanation, and the footnote will usually appear in the bottom of the paper, which shouldn't be confused with the footer, because the footer will be the way in the bottom, not just right here. So the footnote will usually be in the bottom of the paper. You could use this to define vocab words or something. Um, the citations and bibliography allows you to put in your citations and sources you have used to create the paper. You can format them in different styles: APA, Chicago 16th edition, MLA. A lot of people use MLA. You can also manage your sources. This ribbon, you can also insert captions onto pictures or graphics you might have in the document. If you look under the picture of the ribbon, you will see I inserted a caption right here. Figure 1, reference ribbon is shown above. So that's the reference ribbon. Next, we'll go into the mailing ribbon. The mailing ribbon. Uh, the mailing ribbon is to print envelopes or to insert multiple addresses with the mail merge. Oh, I should probably click on it. As you can see, it's not really too much. Usually it's just so you can put in, finish it up, finish up your project, and you can send it. Under the creation section, you can insert an envelope onto your document. When you click on the envelope button, a window will open asking you to insert the delivery address as well as the return address. So we will click on it. Right here, you write delivery address. Let's say send it to post box or whatever street you are on. 10th Street. Oh, 10th Street, Somerset, whatever your address is, and then the return address. So this is the delivery address, which will be in the front of the envelope, and the return address will be in the top left. Um, Here's a link I have for the mail merge. This is the Big Bad Toy Store grand opening. It's a brochure that I made. You can see there's the mail merge, return address, delivery address, and we really don't need to see that. Okay. And you can insert electronics post stamp if you have one. And here's another mail merge I made. A quick one to put into the presentation. And the review ribbon. The review ribbon is to finish up your document and do any editing you might need to do. Here you can spell check your entire project, spelling, grammar. AA. It says it's wrong. Oh, and the review, not view. Okay, so spell check. You can look up definitions for words. You might not know what they are. You have your thesaurus there, and your word count to tell you how much you've typed. And in the language section, you can translate words you don't know if they're in a foreign language, or change the language for your words proofing system. Under the comments section of this ribbon, you can insert new comments into your document or remove the ones you don't need. If you want to see your comments next to your document, as I said earlier, you can just click Show Comments, and all your comments will be on the right side, all right there, every single one of them. Oh, there's another one. Um, you can click through your comments by clicking Next, Previous. All of your comments are right there. Oh, Previous. Okay. You can also protect your paper by restricting editing, which is right there. This pretty much just limits how much people can edit, and this allows you to be the only person to edit certain parts of your paper, like titles or headings. One scenario in which you might restrict editing might be when creating job applications or other fill-out forms. And in this comment, I believe I have a job application. As you can see, I can edit the title and everything, but I actually can't because I have it restricted. So you can't edit that, can't edit that. You can only edit the date and stuff that I want you to change. So that's for job applications and stuff like that. And next we have the view ribbon. View. See, this ribbon is used to view different things in your Word office to help you create the most professional paper. You can change the view of your project. For example, you can have read mode, which pretty much just allows you to read through everything quickly, nice and big. You can have print layout, which allows you to edit everything and how you want everything to look. Or web layout, which is pretty much a layout that looks like the web in a bit. But we need it in print layout view. Okay, under the show section, you can click on the ruler box to show a ruler along the top and left side of your paper. This is helpful to insert tabs and to know how to proportion your paper. If you need even more precision, you can also show grid lines that cover the entire page. So here's the ruler. You can see this is where my margins are at. My margin right here. So the darker area is the margins, and the lighter area is what you're working with. You can insert different tabs if you want to. That's a tab right there. I'm not using it, but it's just to show you what a tab is. And the grid lines. So let's say you need more precision, where you want to move it, size, show the grid lines. And you can also reach the navigation pane from here, which was same thing as the find and home ribbon. This is one of the many ways to open this navigation pane. There's so many different ways to do the same thing with Word. Um, you already know what navigation pane does. It allows you to search for words, headings, stuff like that. So that's the view. Here you can zoom in, different zoom levels. You can view multiple pages at the same time. If you want to see that, or just one page at a time. We need to zoom in a little bit more though, because we were in the view ribbon. So that's what the view ribbon is for. And finally, the developer ribbon. In order to open this ribbon, you must go into File, Options, and Customize ribbon. I showed you earlier. Here's how you open the developer ribbon. And the developer ribbon is right here. Alright, the developer ribbon is used to create forms for others to create forms for others to fill out, like job applications. To open the developer ribbon, you must go into the file ribbon, select options, as I showed you. Um, you can create boxes to fill out using the developer ribbon. Just see here, here's a box. Just simply just go into the AA, click on it, and the box appears, and you can enter whatever. Nope. Text you want. So that's what that does. And we'll click here to enter text. You can also pick a date by clicking on the calendar and selecting the date picker content control, which is right here, date picker. This allows you to pick the date by choosing it on the calendar, which makes it much faster than typing it in sometimes. I can even do today. Today's the 29th. As you can see, Friday. You can also restrict people from editing. It's the same thing as the review ribbon. So you restrict editing, developer, restrict editing, which is the same thing to create forms as I showed you previously. So that pretty much wraps up everything I learned from Word. As you can see, there's a lot of different things you can do. There's a lot of things you can do the same, but doing them differently, like opening the navigation pane. And there's a whole another ribbon I didn't even know about when I started this class, so it's something nice to know. And I guess that's it.